Hello YouTube, today we're gonna be reacting to I Played Yu-Gi-Oh! To Prove It's Ridiculous by Rawron. So a lot of people have been talking about this video and it talks about the difficulty of Yu-Gi-Oh! In today's day and age. It can be pretty hard to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Especially if you haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Since you were a kid, or you only watched the anime, or you saw a Master Duel on the game store and you wanted to try it out and you're like, what is going on? So we're gonna be reacting to this. Let's go.
This game ends up being. I have played this game previously for 3 hours and I went back to look at the footage and I couldn't tell you what the hell was happening. As someone who has barely played Yu-Gi-Oh, the game has always kind of scared me. It's not your typical card game. In fact, it's the most different out of all of them that I have played.
Yeah, after playing after playing Magic, playing Hearthstone, playing like a lot of card games and Yu-Gi-Oh! Alongside everything, the main difference between all those games is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't require a mana system. It's basically, if you can do it, do it. If you can't do it, don't do it. Like in Magic, for example, you need a resource to be able to do an action, right? So you need like a land. But in Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't need lands, you don't need mana, you don't need any resources to be able to perform an action. As long as it's a legal play, you can perform however many legal plays during your turn. So that's the main difference.
The biggest difference being there's not really a mana resource system. You can kind of just play cards if your cards allow you to. And not to mention how long some of the card text actually is. From an outsider's perspective, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, that's my big issue with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like Pendulum Monsters, dude. It's literally like almost an essay long. Like that's why whenever I play it against a Pendulum player, I don't even like read their cards. I just trust them. I'm like, you know what, I trust you, right? Sometimes I know what they do, like in Endymion cards I know what to do, but if you show me like something random, I'm not gonna read those cards. It's just too much text.
Seems like the most ridiculous card game that exists, and I want to see how ridiculous Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. So I decided to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For 10 hours, and here is what I found out. Chat, is there a video you guys would recommend on how to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I had played Yu-Gi-Oh! Before, the first couple hours were basically me relearning the game, and I thought I would remember a lot of it, but honestly, I didn't remember really anything. Guy has 1800 attack but no defense. That's fine. Opponent is about to end her turn.
I don't think any single game has actually given a good tutorial to a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. Like honestly, like Master Duel has done a decent job, but it's still not perfect. There's still a lot of things that they don't teach you that you just kind of have to like learn as you go, basically. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them making a tutorial for a game like Yu-Gi-Oh! That has so many cards available, so many different rules available. Seems kind of difficult, yeah.
What? Made the top 5 cards of your deck and you can add an activated spell trap to your hand. Also, okay, I don't know what activate means. What is happening? In the hopes you won't be as lost as I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Here are a couple important things to know.
Yeah, excavate, yeah.
Card types one of those monsters, spells, and traps, and they all go in a specific zone on the board. You can normal summon a monster.
Wait until they tell you about the monster slash spell cards that are pendulums, right? They have monsters, spells, trap cards, extra deck monsters, and then there's monsters slash spells. There's unions. There's monsters that become equipped, but they're not union monsters or pendulum monsters, but they're treated as a spell. You know?
Monster if its level is 4 or lower, but for higher level monsters, you can tribute summon by sending other monsters to the graveyard, or you can use special methods that we'll see later in this video. The objective of the game is to reduce your opponent's life points to 0 and send them to the Shadow Realm. But I can't emphasize this enough. This game is extremely complicated and there's a ton more stuff that I didn't mention.
Am I dumb because I play Hearthstone, or is this game too complicated? I am still hella confused.
This game is complicated, don't worry about it. For the majority of the first—
Dude, imagine starting to play Yu-Gi-Oh! During tier format, going into like Chainlink 12, Akito, Mill 5, Mill Kelbeck, Mill Miral, Milling Soliak, and then your opponent mills another 5, you go up to chain 12, and you're like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm gonna uninstall this, I'm gonna go play Tic-Tac-Toe or Connect 4.
First hour, I spent a lot of my time in the solo mode because I wanted to learn the game at a good enough level where I felt comfortable going against real players. And the solo mode seemed easy enough. I was winning basically everything that I did, so I felt very confident going into my first casual match. All right, let's find a casual match. Let's see how this goes. He's got What the hell is that thing? Chat, do I want to go first or second? I'm gonna go second. I'm going first. First, always. Okay. All right, this is my moment to shine. Normal, special.
You always go first. Always go
Single
first.
player campaigns are POG. You should play those.
No need. I'm about the game. I think that was a good play. Nice. Okay.
Chat.
Yeah.
He is gonna explode by turn 4. Pray for him.
Yep. That's the boy. That's the kid. All right, then we do that, and then we do that. For the record, I have no idea what I am doing, but that looked really good. Sure, yep, that looks good. Yep, okay, cool. And then we're gonna go to the end phase. I'm literally going against Yugi, chat. They really put me against the best. Game 1. What happens now? What is that? Both players can normal summon an ancient gear monster. For one less-
What? You just scoop?
I don't know how I won, but the game's over. Now, some of you might.
Yeah, sometimes it happens like in rank or, you know, just like a normal play. You end your turn, your opponent just scoops, and you're like, they couldn't play through my board, or they had to go. Like, what happened, right? It's kind of like somebody ghosting you during a date or something like that.
Be a little bit confused on what just happened, and don't worry, it doesn't get any easier. You're gonna be just as confused as I was playing it. It worked out, so we'll do it again. Okay. Oh god, he's got an anime girl. Oh my god, look at the board. Yes. I don't know what's happening, but I'm doing stuff. Oh yeah, okay. Face up, easy. Oh my.
You inspired me to play Mecrogue yesterday. Made it to play.
If you just start playing Yu-Gi-Oh and you're like, why is every single thing sexualized in this game? Like, we're talking about dragons / girls, we're talking about girls in mech suits, we're talking about like anything like girls, even like pearlies, they make them all like curvy and stuff like that. It's because Konami is a bunch of furries, okay? I'm just gonna let you know on the secret, you know.
Flat for the first time ever. Thanks. Went 31 to 10. Lol.
Dude, no problem. Did I do anything good there? I'm assuming my play was excellent. Oh my god. I think I'm about to get cooked. Where's my cards? Where's his cards going? Oh god, what is he doing? Oh shit!
Deco Talker, a Link 3 monster?
What do you do? When your opponent activates a card affecting control, you can trigger one monster. Okay. Oh my god, what is going on? Oh, what's this? At the start of battle, you can turn this card in your hand, and if you do, special summon them. Oh! You thought!
It's negated.
What just happened?
Yeah, there's this weird thing in Master Duel or in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like in any other like online simulators where like it tells you, do you want to activate this card? Even if it's negated and you're like, sure, I'll activate it. And it's like, oh, it didn't go through. You're like, what just happened? Why did you ask me if I could activate that card? And I said yes. And then you're like, nah, psych. Like, what? I mean, I understand why it's in there. Like, there are some scenarios where that can be useful, but it's funny, though.
What just how do I get me out? Yes. This game's fucking over. This game's fucking over. Okay, hold on. I need to pay attention. So this is where you get your first real glimpse of how ridiculous Yu-Gi-Oh! Can be. I played all of those cards on my first turn. Let me show you what a typical turn 1 game of Hearthstone looks like. And in case you're curious, this is what Runeterra looks like.
For the most part, people, you know if you're gonna win or lose the game after the first turn. Like if your opponent sets up 5 negates, and you have like 3 cards in hand, you're like, I'm losing this game, right? You know pretty much for the most part who's gonna win the game after the first turn.
Now, if you're very curious to see how pro Yu-Gi-Oh! Is played, Master Duel has a very nice feature which allows you to spectate games. Let me show you what a pro level Yu-Gi-Oh! Game looks like. To someone who does not play Yu-Gi-Oh!, this is gonna be one of the most ridiculous things.
I'm gonna try to put this a little bit faster.
Unfortunately, I had to speed up the footage because if I let it go, this player's turn took exactly 3 minutes and basically won the game from turn 1, and their opponent just had to sit and watch. And that is the most insane thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that going first basically wins you the game based on your opening hand. And on top of that, this is the World Championship for Yu-Gi-Oh! How insane is it that you work so hard to get to this point just to lose the game without actually playing the game? Man, from an outsider's perspective or someone just looking into this game, like, Jesus Christ. Like, wait, I can pause it, but I don't think that's gonna help. You use a patterns game, you learn the combo pattern, you understand the deck, it's just how the game is. Let me pause this shit, let me get paint out, okay? And I know some of you are gonna be like, I'm coping, but here's the thing. The learning curve in Hearthstone is like,
Okay.
Something like that. Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like,
Wait, what? It does not go down. It does not go down. Like the Yu-Gi-Oh learning curve is like starts up top of the chart, right? And then you're like, okay, I'm getting the hang of things, so it goes down a little bit. I'm getting the hang of things, and then you're like, wait a minute, it goes even further because you learn all the rulings and like some interactions that make absolutely no sense, and you're like, what the heck is going on? And then you're like, okay, now I understand Yu-Gi-Oh at a fundamental level. They're like, but why am I losing so many games? I have to memorize so many cards, so many combos, and it just keeps going up. Like it kind of goes down, then up, goes down, then up, 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 goes down and up. So it like keeps trending upwards in difficulty.
so I don't know how people get past this line. No offense, but Aegis is a joke compared to Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't care if you're the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh fan on the planet. I'm not saying Yu-Gi-Oh is a worse game than Hearthstone, but purely as trying to get into the game, and this is coming from someone who's played multiple card games, this game's fucking hard, dude. At least you can get Blue Eyes White Dragon on the side of your board, which is really cool. And with the help of my new dragon, I basically spent the majority of the second hour still learning the exact same deck until I felt confident enough to pick a brand new one. Which one's the easiest one to understand the game? Okay, which one should I buy? Burning Spirits. All right, most of you are saying Burning Spirits. Oh my god, this is easy. If this link is summoned, you can target one card in your. Okay, all right, well, I'll trust you guys. How do I use that deck?
I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, I don't think Salamangreat is a good starter deck. You have to XYZ summon, you have to link summon, you have to know how to do like Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. Yeah, I don't think that's the best deck to start off with. If I wanna be honest, like, give me all the hate you want, but I think a deck like Flounderies or Eldritch is better because you only have to do one thing in Flounderies, which is normal summon, right? And then Eldritch is like floodgates plus trap cards, basically. So those it's pretty simple, but like on Salamangreat, you have to like link summon XYZs. You have to know how to link climb. You know, it's not. Ooh, not the easiest of decks.
With a new deck, I felt very overwhelmed on how I even began to get better at Yu-Gi-Oh! My chat was recommending that I get a coach, but I wasn't a huge fan of that because I was trying to do this as someone who is brand new to the game, trying to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! For the very first time. Here's a novel idea, just find someone to teach you. Dude, I'm doing this for a video, okay? So imagine I'm here like, hey, I'll listen, now I got a teacher, so the whole video is gone. Basically, from what I'm understanding, is in League of Legends, at least, if you want to learn the game as fast as possible, you pick one champion and you learn the game from that champion. In Yu-Gi-Oh! It is easier to play the game through one deck and then learn the game from that deck. When I came back the following day, one of my viewers messaged me
For the most part, that's true.
Cards that I just bought to hopefully let me play the game at a higher level, and most importantly, let me understand how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Look, if you want me to summarize Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like in League of Legends, you have to have good reaction times plus memory, right? I would think it's like 70 like reaction, knowing your matchups, and then like 30 would be like memory and stuff like that in League of Legends. And like in most like games that require you to have like good reaction timing and like knowing how to like cancel your animations, stuff like that, knowing like how to like play your character to like the fullest extent. In Yu-Gi-Oh, it's almost 100% memory. Like you have to have great memory. You have to memorize what all your cards in your deck do. You have to memorize combo lines. You have to memorize where your opponent is trying to go with their deck. So you have to memorize what their deck does, what their end goal is gonna be, what they're trying to do, and then so it's basically 100% memory when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! 100%. So if you have good memory, you will do good in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit more. If I'm gonna be completely honest, compared to a lot of other card games, I felt like I didn't even scratch the surface on Yu-Gi-Oh! There was so much to read, so many things to understand, and because the game just plays so much differently than every other card game, I was feeling so overwhelmed. Also, I learned that Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't really have a rotation, they just ban cards, so there's 20 plus years of cards available in this format. The record, by the way, it took us 40 minutes to craft the deck. I am now a master at this deck. Watch me roll these kids. I know how to play this game now. I studied a lot. Let me go first. Let me show you the power. There's like no mulligan phase in this game, right? Like Magic has a mulligan phase, Runeterra has a mulligan phase. So does Hearthstone. There's no mulligan phase in this game.
I've been arguing for a mulligan phase for years now. Like, what if you don't know what a mulligan is? It's like this mechanic that Magic has and other games have, where like if you don't like your opening hand, you can shuffle it back into the deck and like get new cards. Sometimes it comes at a cost. Like you may have to put one extra card back into the main deck. But it helps you whenever you have like breaky hands or like you don't like your starting hand. So I've been arguing for that, but for the person like it has to go second, because most of the time the person that goes first in Yu-Gi-Oh has a bad time. So I think we should have a mulligan for people that get to go second.
You just get your opening hand, right? Like I talked about it yesterday, or like the first stream of this game, is that the learning curve for this game is ridiculous. Like it actually, it blows my mind that people like say to themselves in the year 2023, I'm gonna try out Yu-Gi-Oh. Like this game is so wild. Like what the fuck is happening? Even though I was still very confused, I am about to show you the greatest play I made so far. Shit, hold on, my extra deck is alive. It's time. We're in. Here we go. Finally, I play the game.
I'm gonna give it a like.
Oh yeah, we're in. I played one card. He's about to play 30. Hold on. I wish there was a feature that showed me how much time they have played and how much time I played. I think I maybe played this game maybe 20 seconds. This guy's been playing the game for about 8 minutes, I think. And there's no way that like as a newer player, I understand what's happening. Like there's no way. Like I'm getting this guy's playing every Yu-Gi-Oh card in existence. Oh my god, I can do something. If you control a summon grade other than something on the graveyard, you can special summon this card and banish it when it leaves the field. Yeah, sure. That sounds good. Okay, right. And then trigger one Cyber's monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense position, but it negates effects. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of your turn except Cyber's monsters. You can only use effects once per turn. I guess I can special summon another monster from my graveyard. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's one difficult thing to memorize is like what cards lock you into specific things, right? Like if you're playing branded fusion locks you into fusion monsters. You know, some Cyber's cards lock you into Cyber's only. Sometimes it locks you from special summoning certain things. Sometimes it locks you from activating the effects of certain things. So yeah, sometimes it locks you into levels, like in Sprite. Yeah.
So like these guys, sure. Yeah. So you're gone. Then we summon another monster, unless he gets to play the game, and I don't get to play the game. Oh, I should have put it there, I think. I don't really know what the arrows mean, if I'm going to be honest. Active effect. Okay, sure. Get in there, champ. Yeah. Gain 500 life points. Banish this card from the field, and if you do, special summon one link 3 monster or lower. Well, this card is co-linked, and co-linked monsters gain 500. Also, your opponent can't target any of them with card effects. You can target one link 3 monster. This special summon it to your zone. This card, you cannot special summon monsters this turn. Unless does this count for 2? Oh, it does. I still don't understand what the fuck's happening. Now we're into this. I want you, and you're in. And then we get to do that again. Your opponent cannot activate effect or returns response to this. If this card is linked, somebody you can target one link monster that we use material. Right, this card gains the attack and link rating. You banish one link monster from your field and destroy one card your opponent also
controls. Oh, he's doing the transcode into access code.
What is happening? Sheesh. Yes. Give me another one of these bitches. No, this card. You? I mean, my guy has so much attack. I don't think this matters. Like, do I need to kill one of these? Let's do that one. Do it again. Bye, idiot. Do it again. It's my game. I wanted to play. Get your country ass out of here. Is he having fun or am I having fun? Bye.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. He banished his own access code. Funny because I've done that in the past. That's why I'm laughing. Like the flashbacks. It's like because he tells you, do you want to activate the effect again? It's like, sure, I'll activate it again. Or like, wait a minute. I have to banish my own access code. That's hilarious.
I took too hard. Okay, we learned a lot. You know what? It was a loss in the record books, but I think I learned.
Have you tried the story modes they teach you decks?
Nope, I don't need to. Okay, oh my god. What the? I still don't, like, dude, I am playing cards and I don't know. This is so, like, I just don't get what you learn from these games, man. Like, I guess what I'm understanding is that, like, you could special summon all of your board in one turn and...
Also, another thing that I want to say, it's... You have to try out different decks, okay? Different, not just different decks, but also different play styles. Not like, for example, like Salamangreat and Mathmake are very similar. So, sure, you might like that playstyle, but you have to try completely different playstyles. Like if you play Salamangreat, you should try something like Eldritch or something like Branded. Why? Because for example, when I started playing, my first deck was Cyber Dragon. I would always blind second. I would always try to contact fuse my opponent, like fuse with their monsters, and that held me back for so long because that's all I knew how to do: contact fuse, blind second, and run Pankratops, Cosmic Cyclones, like going second cards. But I didn't know how to play any other deck, and that held me back for such a long time. So you should try to play different decks.
That's basically it. I want to go first. I don't want my opponent to play the game. All right, we're going first. So that means I get to play the game, right? All right, this is good. This is good. Summon. Yeah. I want the gazelle. No. Like, what? You're telling me people concede the game just literally based on the first 2 cards I play? Dude, you guys need help if you play this game. Holy shit. Should I try ranked? I'm a little scared for ranked. Rank is fine until silver. What happens after silver? Is the game just over? Before we even get to ranked Yu-Gi-Oh, I want to just discuss how I feel about the game so far, being about 3.5 hours in. In my opinion, the tutorial of this game just isn't very great. In the other card games I have played, the tutorial does a really good job of laying the foundation of how a game is actually played out without overwhelming the player right from the beginning. This allows the player to enjoy the game on top of learning new decks, playstyles, and just brand new cards that they haven't seen before without feeling lost and not really knowing what to do. But the tutorial in Yu-Gi-Oh showed me the foundations of a game that was probably played 15 years ago. This does not help a new player learn Yu-Gi-Oh that well because when you go into play casual mode, you are completely lost. The tutorial of Yu-Gi-Oh...
That's what I was saying, like the tutorial is just such a hard thing for Yu-Gi-Oh to do, especially with how many things there are to learn. that, yeah, hire me, Konami. I think I could come up with a better way to teach new players how to play the game. If you hire me, I'm gonna put up a good, thorough tutorial for everybody to learn. So hire me.
Made it seem like there's a lot more back and forth, and the game is a much more slower paced game compared to what it actually is, which is usually the game is over by turn 1. Which leads me to my very first ranked game. What is this? This is when the ranked game starts, and this is when the ranked game ends. Ask yourself, how much time do you think I'm actually playing the game? Your attention span not be the best fit for Yu-Gi-Oh? I disagree, dude, because games are fucking over on turn 1. From your main phase, you can take one Ricket monster from your deck, except Ricket Petal, and either out of your hand or send to the graveyard. Also, you can't special summon for the rest of this turn, except plant monsters. During your opponent's end phase, those cards in your graveyard. If you control the monsters at all, you control plant monsters.
Don't wear yourself out, take a break with Hearthstone.
You act like taking a break with Hearthstone's the way to go, bro. Okay, how long is this gonna take? I'm gonna go get a drink while this guy's doing his turn. I'll come back and see what I missed. Give me a second. He's still going? Hack this bouncer. What are hand? I don't even know what hand traps are. You guys care if I just like,
Don't ever play Rika if you're a new player. That deck is hard to learn.
go to the washroom or something while this is happening? Like, this is probably a good time, right? I got some time, right? How much time do you think I got for this turn, chat? A couple minutes? You still doing shit? All right, perfect. Oh, are we done? All right. Oh, wait, hold on. It's our turn. I forgot. When a card is activated, you can detach one material of the same type, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Salaman Lake Monster. Wait, hold on. I don't really. Do I have a way to negate this? Activate! So let me get something straight. Because this guy went first, he was basically able to set up his board to counter what I was doing, and I just had to idly sit by while he did that. Dude, who plays this game? Like, you want to race or meter sprint, but then your opponent says, yeah, but I get to start 50 meters ahead. All right, I think I lose. I don't know. Oh, wait, hold on. I should have done that. Can I even do anything? I guess not, right? I just had my turn. I guess I could do this and see what I draw. You messed up. I think I messed up by playing this game to begin with. Like, I probably gotta play last turn better. Wouldn't it be better to learn to play with another YouTuber? Dude, every time one of you recommends me, hey, Rare, maybe you should play with another YouTuber. That would help you. You hear how delusional that sounds? Hey, dude, in order for you to play this game, you need to get a coach.
Which is kind of true, honestly. Like, you need somebody to walk you through the steps.
You are coping out of your mind if you think the learning curve in this game is not insane compared to other card games. Out of curiosity, how long did it take you to feel comfortable with Runeterra? Probably like in 2 games. Because Runeterra, thankfully, is super easy to get into because the cards don't fucking read like this. This one card is like 3 Runeterra cards. And this card also combos with this card and this card and this card and this card. Magic for me was easier to understand because at least there's the basis of the mana system and that you can understand.
That's how I feel playing against Pendulum every time. I'm like, I'm not gonna read your cards, dude. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time.
And why how other cards work because there's not an apeshit amount of cards being played in one turn. Like, not having a resource system in this game is the weirdest conundrum for like any player who hasn't played it because every other card game has a mana system or some kind of resource system. Hey, Raren, how was your gameplay of Yu-Gi-Oh today? Oh, I don't know. I watched my opponent play for 10 minutes and I was sitting there waiting. It's so ridiculous, dude. I don't know how I'm gonna play this for 6 more hours if I'm gonna be honest.
Just don't go into rank. Play normals. Why would you purposely torture yourself that much?
What? I think that game went on for what, 13 minutes? I think I played the game for 20 seconds, maybe somewhere around there. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I want to play this game for 10 hours. The reality of the situation is after playing a game for 4 hours and 10 minutes, I'm not really having any fun. Unless I'm missing something that I don't think I am. Like I played a good, apparently you guys gave me a deck that was probably good. I tried the tutorial. I tried casual mode. I tried ranked. This game is not for me. I am missing something that is gonna make the game more approachable. I think people pulling you in 70 different directions. No, dude, see the thing is like, it's not because chat's telling me that I'm doing something wrong or whatever. I just think the game is too fucking hard to just wrap my head around and actually enjoy the game. I play Hearthstone because I think it's the most fun card game, right? I don't think Hearthstone's the best card game in the world, but I personally enjoy it the most, right? When I played Hearthstone 10 years ago, when I played the game for 20 minutes, I was like, I'm gonna like this game quite a bit. Yu-Gi-Oh does not give me the same vibe. I played the game for 4 hours and 15 minutes at this point. And again, like I said, I played it previously last year. I gave it a try. I just don't have that sense of enjoyment, right? There's too much going on. It's not fun to play. It's gonna take me another 6 years to figure out what every deck does. Also, apparently going first is just fucking broken.
I'll be honest, the main reason why I got into Yu-Gi-Oh was because of like the people that would play Yu-Gi-Oh, like at my locals. Like they're the people that made it fun, you know, like the competitive aspect. Like I didn't want to lose to them specifically, so like I got better because of that reason. But if I was just like an online simulator, I don't know what would have fueled me to keep playing, you know. That's why I'm kind of like relating to this guy. I'm like, if I was in his shoes and I'm not really playing with anybody I know in person, like what's gonna motivate me to keep going? And they make the tutorial like super hard, you know.
Going first is so strong. That means half the time you're not even playing the game. In Hearthstone, if I'm playing a game, even if my opponent has a slight advantage going first, at least I get to play the game. At least I get to do something that my deck does. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how anybody plays this. If I need to get a fucking coach to understand Yu-Gi-Oh just to enjoy the game, not even to be good at it, I don't think this game's worth playing 10 hours for. So if you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh and you like the game, awesome. I'm so happy for you. Keep on playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Honestly, the only part I really enjoyed was getting my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Because at least
He lost me at having fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm just playing, but Konami, you need to hire me to build a tutorial for you. Like, I've been thinking about making a tutorial, posting it on YouTube, but I would want to work with Konami. That'd be pretty fun. But that's what I get out of this video. I feel kind of bad for him because he wanted to play for 10 hours. He could only do 4 hours because he kept losing. I don't know why he jumped into ranked. You know, people that have been playing for years are in rank usually. So, yep, kind of a sad video. Honestly, I feel bad, but I gave Rawron a like. It was a nice video that he made. So, as always, guys, this was Yada here, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.